Welcome to Street Sense, where I share with you uncommon wisdom tips to help you succeed in your finances, career, business, and relationships. My name is Maxwell Mensah. You can call me Talent Man. On today's episode, I'm going to share with you 7 things you need to know about LGBTQIA+. 7 things you need to know about LGBTQIA+. But before I get into it, I want to urge you, kindly subscribe to my channel, like this video, leave a comment for me, and share the video so others can come and watch what you've been watching on my channel. So let's get onto it. 7 things you need to know about LGBTQIA+. The name is so long. Now it's just alphabet. You can't even pronounce it as a word. I think that the topic about LGBTQIA+ has become a very sensitive issue that is really catching a lot of fire currently in Ghana. It's not new in Ghana, but then it's now that the discussions about it are getting more rife. And our very own Sam Jatta has been at the forefront of this fight. And I must say kudos to him and the bold stance he's taking on this issue. But then there are a number of things that comes up anytime this discussion is ongoing. And I think that there are a number of things that people are shying away from talking about. People are shying away from talking about these things because of fear. Because we still go to these international organizations, international countries for donation, for sponsorship, for grants, for monies. And so it looks as though we can't do some things, or we can't take certain stance out of fear, because if you take some stance, probably you may never get visa to these countries again, or you may never get funds from them. So people are being very careful with their utterances. And so I'm also going to try not to step on so many toes in this particular videos or in this video. But then I'm going to lay plainly on the table what I think about this whole discussion and what I think you need to know about LGBTQI, so that whether you are supporting them or you're against them, you know how to communicate your grievances. So as to whether I agree with LGBTQIA+ or not, these are some of the things that I want all of us to have in mind to inform our decisions when we are speaking for or against LGBTQIA+. So the first thing I want to point out is that for anyone who agrees with the LGBTQIA, or for anyone who is part of them, please understand that no one hates you. No one hates you. Well, there are some people who may come out so strongly, and be very vehement in their utterances against you or about you. And it is normally because of our upbringing and what we have come to accept as the norm, as the correct thing, as the right way to do things. But the thing is this: no one hates you. The thing is, how can we hate you when we didn't create you? How can we hate you when we didn't create you? Our maker, God, who created you, knows you best. And so he loves you, and we are also entitled or mandated to love you, but we don't hate you. What we do, or what anyone who speaks against LGBTQI, we do that because probably we don't agree with your way of doing things. We don't agree with what you call your norm or your normal. What you call your normal is not normal to us. So we don't agree with you. It doesn't mean we hate you. I have realized that sometimes when people speak against LGBTQIA+ people, those who are for them rather come out and say, stop hating LGBTQI, stop hating them. No one is hating them. No one is hating them. We are only speaking our minds on what we think is the normal thing that has to be done, that has been changed to be to be a new normal. So we are not used to that normal that you want to normalize. So when we speak against it, we don't hate you. So no one hates LGBTQIA+ people. Next thing is that God loves you. Look, no matter what it is, God loves you. And one thing you must know is this: whether you are a gay or lesbian or bisexual or asexual or queer, whatever it is, or whether you are a prostitute or you are a womanizer or you are a thief or you are a liar, a criminal, whatever crime or whatever sin you are committing, you are equally a sinner. So those of us who are not gays, who are not lesbians, but continue lying against people, continue backbiting, continue to steal, continue to chase other people's wives and sleep with them, we are all committing the same sin, just as LGBTQIA+ people. So God loves anyone who is into the LGBTQI, and God loves people who are sinners as well. God only hates the sin you are committing, not you the person. God hates the sin you are committing, not you, the person. The same way God hates the straight man who keeps womanizing, who keeps sleeping with 10 ladies in a day. God hates the sin, but loves the person, the human being. So if you're into LGBTQI, or you're a straight guy who keeps sleeping around, or you keep stealing, or you keep lying, you keep cheating, you keep backbiting, you keep committing all the sins you can name in this world, God hates the sin, but he loves you, the person. So if you're an LGBTQI person, God doesn't hate you, God loves you. He only hates the sin you are committing, and he wishes that you stop committing the sin you are committing. And I am tempted to bring biblical perspectives into this argument, but I don't want to, because some of you don't agree with the Bible anyway. So when I bring that angle, probably you may tune off completely. But let's put the Bible aside and let's just look at this way. God doesn't hate you. He only hates the sin you are committing. Have that in mind. The next thing, and this one, it's more of a question, and it's a question that I want to put to you. What does male and female mean to you? What does male and female mean to you? I mean, if you have decided that lady to lady, you're going to have sex. Guy to guy, you're going to have sex. Guy to animal, you're going to have sex. Lady to animal, you're going to have sex. And then you decide that you are neither male nor female, or you are never. I mean, you are either attracted to a male or a female. At any point in time, you choose who you're attracted to. Let me ask you a question. What is your definition of a male? And how do you define the female? Who is a male and who is a female? Who is a male and who is a female? I mean, answer this for yourselves. And if you are able to answer correctly who a male and a female is, then you would understand that the male and female are supposed to come together for a reason. A male and female are supposed to come, together for a reason. Just as in the animal kingdom, we have male and female animals. I don't think there's any species of animal that have only male or only female. I don't think so. If there is, anyone who knows, kindly prompt me by commenting in the comment section. Is there any group of animals or any species of animals that are only male or only female? If there is, kindly let me know. And I guess the obvious answer is that there is no animal like that. There are no animals like that are just male or just female. So even in the animal kingdom, there are male and there are female. And the male and the female are supposed to come together to procreate or to satisfy themselves sexually in the animal kingdom, just as in the among we humans. Let me say it that way. For those of you who believe in the evolution theory that says that man comes out of ape, so when you read about evolution, it says that initially there was no human being was created. It was only animals, and then apes were behaving so much. I mean, the way apes were behaving, as time went on, the apes started to move their forelimbs up, and then gradually the apes were able to now stand, and now apes have transformed into man. So we human beings are as a result of evolution from apes. So they used to call us man apes. We used to be man apes. I mean, that whole theory, okay, let's even assume that is correct. Let's even assume all that theory is correct. If it is correct, definitely a male and a female ape came together or come together all the time to mate, and then they're able to procreate another ape that becomes either male or female and continue to procreate. So if we even came out of apes, then definitely apes were going by the normal rule of male ape, female ape coming together, mating and procreating. So if you want to change the argument between who is a male and who is a female, and I'm told that very soon when you're filling forms, you will not see anything like gender where you have to take against male or female. So you decide what you want to be. And then when kids are born, from some time to come, no child will be labeled a male or female. The child has to grow and then decide whether they want to be male or female. I think that is a very weird thing to think of. That is a very weird thing to think of, because once a child is born, or a baby is born, and he has the male organ in front of him, the child is a male. This child doesn't have to grow up to decide whether he wants to be a male or a female. When a child is born and the child has a female organ, that child automatically is a female. The child doesn't have to grow and now decide that she wants to be a female or it wants to be a female. No. From birth, you know whether this is a male or a female. So that whole argument, please help us to understand. What do you understand when we say male and female? What is your own understanding of male and female? If you really understand what male and female is, then you understand that the male and female must come together to have sex and to procreate. So if you want to change the argument and say male and male are allowed to have sex, female and female are allowed to have sex. I think it is wrong. It is very, very wrong. And even if you want to continue to do that because that is what you think is your own sexual orientation, please learn to do it in the privacy of your bedroom. And stop trying to push your right onto other people. Stop trying to push others who don't believe what you believe in, to by all means believe you or to believe you and give you all the support you need to be who you want to be. Because look, a male and a female are supposed to come together. In the beginning, when the world was created, when God created the world and He created human beings, He created Adam and Eve. He created Adam and Eve. There was someone who said that God didn't create Adam and Steve. He didn't create Adam and Steve. Neither did He create Madam and Eve. So it wasn't Madam and Eve. It wasn't Adam and Steve. It was Adam and Eve, male and female. Adam saw Eve and said, wow, this is indeed bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. A male must see a female and be attracted to a female. A female must see a male and must be attracted to a male. And the whole thing just baffles me. If you don't agree with this, then why is it that lesbians, when they're having sex or when they're doing their thing, they still find a way to penetrate somebody somehow? It is because you need that male version of a human being to penetrate you. And you, the man, you are penetrating another man. It is because you still need a hole to penetrate. It is not the man's hole you need. You need another female. So if you don't agree with us for not agreeing with you, please help us understand from your own understanding, what does male and female mean to you? The next thing, what are your views on procreation? What are your views on procreation? If you claim male and male want to have sex and they have all the right to do so, okay, nobody's fighting you. If you claim female and female must have sex and they have the right to, no one is stopping you. But what is your view on procreation? Do you think it was a male and a male who met, had sex and gave birth to you? Do you think it was a female and female who had sex and gave birth to you? If that was not the case, then how do you expect you and a male being in love or falling in love to be able to procreate and fill the earth? Or to be able to even procreate and have other people who become just like you? So two men, you want to get married because you are attracted to each other and that's your sexual orientation. So we have given you the right to go ahead and stay married or to do your thing. So how would the two of you procreate? Right? If we are to agree with you, how would the two of you procreate? And how will you procreate to give birth to kids who have the opportunity to also decide to be like you and continue to do what you are doing? How? And two females, you are doing it. How will you procreate? How? Because the man doesn't have a womb. The woman doesn't have a penis. Doesn't have sperm to give to the other female to get pregnant and give birth. So how do two men together come together to procreate? How? How do you do it? And if you can't come together to procreate, then who do you? And I hear some lesbians and some gays say they would adopt kids. All right, so you, the male and male, you don't want to give birth, you don't want to get pregnant. So the two of you are having sex together. Two ladies, you're having sex together. Now you want to go and adopt. Who and who should meet to get? Who and who should have sex, get pregnant, and give birth for you to go and adopt? Please help me answer this one. Who and who should meet? Should it? If you two guys are married and two ladies are married and you want to go and adopt, who should give birth for you to go and adopt? That is a question that I think you need to understand when supporting all this LGBTQI agenda. The thing is, it has become so pronounced that it looks like gradually everyone may have to just accept and say, hey, okay, let's accept it. But even before we accept it, let's help us understand what is your idea, what is your view on procreation. If two male are together and two female are together, who and who should then go and have sex and get pregnant and give birth for you to adopt when you want to adopt and have kids? Kindly help us answer this question. The next thing, the same way you want us to respect the rights of LGBTQIA plus people, kindly learn to also respect our rights. Kindly learn to respect the rights of people who are not LGBTQI. The thing is that nobody is stopping you from being LGBTQI. We are only advising that it is not the right thing to do. It is not the norm. It's not the normal. So learn to come back to the normal way of male, female being together. But if you think you have a right to do so, go ahead. But learn to respect the rights of people who are not like you. Why do you want to force us to give you, to have a legislative instrument that supports your activities? No, please. Learn to respect the rights of people who are non-LGBTQIA people. The next thing, will you agree if everyone starts asking for their rights? You are LGBTQI, you are fighting for your rights so strongly. Will you agree, or will you be okay if everyone in the world start fighting for their rights? So for example, rapists start fighting for their rights. They say, it's our right to rape people. We feel per our sexual orientation, we don't want to get married to anyone. We want to go out there and rape people, whether they are kids or adults or somebody's wife. We want to go out there and rape people. So we too, it is our right. So we want to have a right. We want to be backed by law that rapists have a right. Will LGBTQIA people support this right of rapists? Okay, let's assume armed robbers want to come together and say they also have a right. It is their right to decide what profession to go into. And their profession is to go into armed robbery. And so they want to be given a right by law, to be given a right to be able to go out there, rob people, kill people, to take away their monies and their assets. And so they want their rights. Please, kindly help us to understand this. Will you agree to these people having their rights? Will you agree? And I am very sure your obvious answer is a no. That is the same way the obvious answer, at least, if not for any part of the world at all, here in Ghana, where I am doing this video from, our stance on LGBTQIA remains, and I'm sure it will continue to remain, that we will not legalize LGBTQI activities in the country. But of course, we know there are people in the country who are doing these things. We know there are interviews, there are people who have granted interviews and have come out to say they are gays, or they were once gays and they have now stopped. Some are still into it and they have openly come out to say these things. So we know we can't stop you, because when you're in your bedroom, no one can come and determine what you do in your bedroom. When a male and a female enter their bedroom, they're going to have sex. No one determines what they do in their bedroom. The styles they want to do on the bed. No one decides for them. We can't control their rights in their bedroom. So if you want to go into the bedroom, two guys go into the bedroom and have sex, no one can stop you from doing that. But please stop fighting for your rights, because at least here in Ghana, we are against LGBTQIA as it stands, and I'm sure it's going to remain forever. So, all right, let's get. I want to say something, but don't worry, let's forget it. Let's go into it. The next thing I want to say is that, or the next thing I want to say to anyone who is part of LGBTQIA, or anyone who agrees with them, or who is fighting for their rights, can you understand that all is not well? All is not well. Being gay, being lesbian, being queer, being intersexual, being asexual, being all those things, please, it is not normal. It is not normal. All is not well with you, please. All is not well with you. The normal way of doing things. Just imagine, we allow you to have your rights as LGBTQIA plus people. You and I agree, or you'd agree with me, that when we are eating, we use our hands or the spoon, and we put the food into our system through our mouth. Would you be okay if you see someone who starts putting food through their nose into their bodies? Will you be okay? You'll be wondering, what is wrong with this person? Why are they putting the food through their nose? Or someone is eating, they're putting the food through their ears. You understand that the person is not normal. Do you get it? So the normal thing is to put the food through your mouth, not through your nostrils or through your ears or through your backside. So that is the same way, the normal way of interrelating male and female is to have male and female coming together and having sex. Not male and male, not Adam and Steve, not Madam and Eve. Please understand this. All is not well. You will need to get some help. I know it's not easy. Probably you have been mentally psyched and you have come to believe that that is your sexual orientation. So you are right in being part of LGBTQI and doing whatever you want to do. But understand this. All is not well. All is not well. Nonetheless, let me say this. In conclusion, no one hates LGBTQI. We are just against your activities because it is not the right way of doing things. Two ants coming together, a male and a female ant come together to mate. A male fly and a female fly come together. A male mosquito and a female mosquito come together. A male goat and a female goat come together. A cock and a hen come together. Even in an animal kingdom, male and female come together. Why do you think in the human kingdom, it's okay for a male and a male to come together, or for a female and a female to come together, or for a male and an animal? Please, it is not normal. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Street Sense with me, Maxwell Mensah. If you're yet to subscribe, kindly subscribe now, and I will see you on the next episode.